How's it going, everyone? My name is Taylor, otherwise known as Ninkata, and today we're going to be playing Madden's Face of the Franchise to become the worst quarterback that the NFL has ever had the displeasure of seeing. We end up deciding to go to the University of Miami to follow in the footsteps of some of their legends, such as Kellen Winslow II and Ray Lewis. And Lester Chester here is really ready to get his NFL career underway, but first, we've got to get through our final year of college and some training here. We're here against some NFL pros, and we're going to show them how we do it here out of Miami, is we're just going to run around and throw it away in a drill, so they're all scratching their heads at this point. We're going to end up doing the same thing right here to let them know, hey, we're just like Aaron Rodgers. We'll throw it away if we're not happy with the play call. We're looking right here. We just throw it right into double coverage, and our day is not working out, so Rich Eisen's going to bust our ass.
Here's the interesting part. There isn't any footage of this mythical football game that supposedly took place at Nike HQ. But there are whispers that a certain player from Miami didn't exactly perform up to the level of his competition. Now, is this something that's going to scare away teams in April? I doubt it, but we don't know what else teams might find out and how that could impact their draft process.
So after being verbally assaulted by Rich Eisen like that, here we are flashing back to the college semifinals where we're battling here in the playoffs for a chance to go get that national championship, and that's really our goal. But can you guess what? Lester Chester's going to get in the way of Miami's goal. So here he is dropping back, rolling out left, and just throwing an absolute stupid bomb down the field. Somehow through all that mess, that ball gets picked off by the USC defender, and Lester Chester's back at it again after the defense is able to make a stop, rolling out to his left again and just launching it deep down the field here into triple coverage. It's going to be incomplete. Lester Chester's got a cannon of an arm, and he just wants to show it off every single play. Here he is just getting sacked for actually a 1-yard gain. And here on 3rd and 9, he's dropping back and shotgun, gets hit as he throws, and that one is picked off by the USC defender again, just leaps out of the middle of the air and snatches it. So rolling out right here with Chester, he's looking deep, bombs away, you already know what it is, throws it up into double coverage, but he does end up getting hit at the end of the play, which is a roughing the passer. So we're going to get to move the ball up 15 yards and get another shot to sling it deep. And into triple coverage, can't connect. So here we are one more time again. That's all we do is just bombs away every play, rolling out left, and you know great things happen then.
No fucking way. Holy shit! No fucking way!
So USC is able to add another interception to the tally as the first half draws to a close. USC did receive the second half kickoff. They ate up the whole third quarter, which led to this touchdown right here, an amazing touchdown grab for USC as they go up 12-0, which after a 2-point conversion would be 14-0. And so Lester Chester's last chance at a comeback here, and Die trying to do everything he can to make sure that this comeback becomes a reality. So on 3rd and 10 here, Chester dropping back, throwing left side, and that one falls incomplete. So here we are, 4th and 10, minute and a half to go. We throw right up the middle, and we get saved by a penalty here, which is defensive pass interference. So Lester Chester's going to drop back and look left.
How could you be so stupid?
So an absolute dime to the USC defense for the 4th time this game is going to end our college career, as we have most certainly hurt our draft stock playing about as poorly as you could expect, putting up no points and having one throw that went for positive yardage, completely being bailed out by the wide receiver Die. So you can see our draft stock is trending down, and Lester Chester is definitely upset, gonna go home a loser. But that is what we expected from a guy like him. I mean, look at that mustache.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I didn't expect to answer any questions about my favorite marine mammals. Not really my area of expertise.
Well, this one is a little more straightforward. Teams that pick near the top of the draft are generally concerned with how guys who've had a lot of success in college will handle it if that doesn't come overnight in the NFL.
Obviously, we're picking first overall for a reason. We've got a lot of holes in our roster that we need to fill. So if this is a process that takes some time, how are you going to respond?
I don't lose. It's that simple. I've never played on a losing team, and I guarantee you I won't be on a losing team in the NFL. And I expect that everyone within the organization will be of that mindset.
Well, on a slightly more serious note, I want to ask you about your last college game. Now you're almost 2 months removed from it. Does it still bother you that you came up short and didn't win a national championship in your final season?
Yeah, man. To be completely honest, I still haven't gotten over it. I think it hit me a lot harder than it hit a lot of my teammates, and a lot harder than it hits most guys who come up short in the college football playoff. Just because
So we do end up getting invited to the EA Sports charity game somewhat surprisingly after how our college career ended. The rules are is it's a 6-on-6 Ironman football game. It's the first one to 21 points. So we're going to try and play as horrible as possible. You know, Lester Chester is the ultimate toxic football player. So they're going to do a trick play here, which leads to a 4th down. And on this 4th down, Russell Wilson's going to drop back in shotgun formation, throw an absolute dime to Mike Evans, who's going to fumble as soon as he's hit. A real big failed lateral attempt there as Jalen Smith dives on it, and we get the ball and up 1 point. So dropping back with Lester Chester, you already know what we're about to do. It's bombs away. This time it's to Devontae Adams, and he's able to snag that one right out of the air and force the touchdown. So we were not expecting that, really not hoping for anything like that to come out. Khalil Mack right here getting a reception over J.J. Watt, and that's a touchdown for the Russell Wilson-led team. So here they are going for 2, dropping back. They throw a weird shuffle pass to Russell Wilson right here, and he's able to get it, just doing some work on Lester Chester. So Lester Chester dropping back, looking. He's throwing deep for Mike Evans, who snags it, but then is dropped after the hit. So on 4th and 20, that's going to set them up beautifully in our red zone. Here Russell Wilson is getting popped by Lester Chester. His whole best play of the day, if you didn't count that touchdown pass, because that was Devontae Adams making that. Speaking of touchdowns, George Kittle gets hit in the end zone right here to put them up 14-8. So Lester Chester trying to tie up the score. Something here is going deep to Jalen Smith, the linebacker, and that one gets snagged right out of the air by George Kittle. A diving grab as he's able to get what could be a game-sealing interception for them. A throw to the left side right here. Mike Evans gets stiff-armed, but he's taken out of bounds by who other than Lester Chester. Russell Wilson dropping back in shotgun formation, just throws a little, I don't even know what you would call that, to Michael Kendricks, a shuffle pass, and that's going to win them the game. You already know Lester Chester was going to lose. You're just surprised he put up more than 0 points. So after seeing all of our efforts, the New York Jets said, yeah, we think we might want this guy, so why don't you come in and do some practice for us? So we showed them our exact abilities. You want us to stay in the pocket? Well, let's run out of the pocket 3 times in a row. Actually, instead of 3 times in a row, how about on the 3rd time, we throw in a sack for good measure? We're just trying to show this Jets team that they absolutely do not want to draft us, and if they do, things are going to pretty much stay the same because they're already this bad. So looking deep down the field here as Lester Chester does, that one is almost intercepted. You're surprised it didn't. Dropping back again, we just need to hit one of these open zones. There's plenty of open options, but we're going to wait till absolutely everybody is covered and then finally throw the ball right here into triple, double, doesn't even matter, quadruple coverage. We'll do it. Going deep here. We waited forever just for Moore to drop that ball. Elijah Moore not coming up clutch here as we're looking for an open option, running around, scrambling like there's somebody who's going to tackle us. We're still scrambling looking, and we just throw an absolute dime to the defense that they drop. We're going to get our dance moves on here ahead of the NFL draft. We're excited to hopefully go in the 7th round. But, you know, you never know, as Lester Chester with that stash, that hair, and these moves is a for sure lock to go number 1 in my opinion if you had to ask me.
Hello? Hey, Coach. Yeah, I'm doing great. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm so ready for this. Let's do it. I can't wait. Thank you so much. All right, Coach, I'll see you soon.
This is only the beginning, bud!
Soak
it all in!
I couldn't have done it without you guys.
My bride here had to see the NFL.
Yeah, we big time, Zoe. We big
big time. This is your night. You big time, bruh.
You were made for this. Now just remember, you still got work to do.
Walk that stage, man. Everyone around the world's waiting to see you.
NFL draft. The San Francisco 49ers select.
You kick it like the benefactor's benefactor. But truthfully, we know you never been a factor. But honestly, the truth is that you've been an actor. And now your actions got them boys, got the max up. Lectures from the devil got you piping hot.
So immediately after getting drafted, this is the look that Lester Chester decides to go with. And I did end up playing this a couple of times, and every single time we got drafted by the 49ers. So there's something about Lester Chester that they really love about him. Now here you'll also see that we're playing our first regular season game, and then we're going to retire, but we're playing it against the San Francisco 49ers, and for some reason, the Detroit Lions never loaded into this matchup, so it is actually just the 49ers versus the 49ers. We have auto starting on, so we are the starting quarterback for the 49ers right now, but we're also the starting quarterback for the other 49ers team. We just don't get to see it. We only see the offense. So we're doing Lester Chester things, just throwing it up deep to the other team, which is actually our team. So somehow it's good and bad. I don't know if we end up with a win or a loss at the end of this, because whoever wins and whoever loses, it doesn't matter because it's both San Francisco, but there's definitely not even a Detroit Lion on the field. Not a single one of them wanted to show up to play against Lester Chester. They all saw that guy and said, yeah, no thanks, we're not showing up, you guys can play against yourselves and entertain our Detroit crowd for us. Because, I mean, if you look, there is not one Detroit Lion out in that crowd. It is a sea of red, and that is it. A great play right here. It was too good. Brandon Ayuk had to come back. He said Lester Chester is not that good. And I don't know if you noticed, but our coaching goal for this game was to throw it 30 times. A great grab from George Kittle. He just happened to be out of bounds. But our game plan was to throw it 30 times. Kyle Shanahan take one look at Lester Chester and said, hey man, you're who I want to build my offense around. Look at Richie James getting the reception off of the double tip right there. He's going to bring this one back too, as it's too much heat, too much sauce for everybody to handle. And things are really not looking good here. We do decide to try and go for a fake field goal, so Jimmy Garoppolo has a throw, and that one falls incomplete. So Lester Chester's level of incompetence is so high that it's just affecting all the other players. Look at this absolute cannon of a throw. That was over 75 yards. We're at our own 20-yard line. I mean, you could have argued it was 80. Probably a little bit less than that, but what an arm he has on him. Ayuk absolutely torching his defender, Quan Williams. He can't keep up with Ayuk. And we're just going to toss that one to Willie Snead, try and toss it back again, but that doesn't work out as it's a fumble. So the 49ers are going to recover the 49ers fumble and take it back past midfield. So set up in great field position with a little under 2 minutes to go in the half, but nothing really matters as we're down 41-0. We just keep throwing it deep. That one is actually intercepted in triple coverage. You would assume that it would be a drop, but no, that one is complete. So here we are rolling out right, looking for an open option. We do in fact see one, but we're just gonna throw it right behind him. Somehow we do get a throw out of range. You gotta admit that after a whole half of just throwing the ball deep every single play, Lester Chester is probably a little tired. We have 22 passing attempts on this side, so I can only imagine what it's like on the home team side. Another interception for Jimmy Ward here as he starts off his season with 2. Looking pretty good here in the back of the end zone.
This is the worst thing I have ever seen.
It doesn't get much more pitiful than the performance that Lester Chester has put up today. Just to keep capping things off, rolling out right side, looking deep, and guess who it is? None other than Jimmy Ward for his 3rd interception on the game. Running down the field here, gets tackled finally. Lester Chester is going to make an amazing play here, though, rolling out left side, and it's not due to him. It's because of George Kittle, the monster. An amazing reception on Jimmy Ward, who's had an amazing day. as Lester Chester's thrown the ball for 69 times at that point. He's dropping back looking. He's going to throw this ball deep to Brandon Ayuk into double coverage, and that one falls incomplete, but that's going to end the game for us. Lester Chester in his one and only game threw the ball 76 times for 6 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Obviously, those 6 touchdowns coming on the home side. Not what we were producing. And when you know then Daniel Jones is hitting you up saying, hey man, if you need anything, I'm in your corner, it's time to call it quits. And that's exactly what we're going to do here, as Lester Chester is the ultimate disappointment that you've ever seen, a bigger bust than anybody who has ever existed. And it's just sad to see him go.
I'm glad it's finally over.